Teruvan Saranai Arana, Teruvan Saranai everyone. Welcome to the new Buddhotpado English Zoom sessions. These sessions will be held daily at 8:30 a.m. Sri Lankan time. Those who listen to Buddhotpado sermons are truly fortunate because Buddhotpado sermons presents a very rare Dhamma discourses never heard before. We want to share Buddhotpado Dhamma discourses to the world so every human being can be free from suffering, live in peace and eternal bliss. Buddhotpado Dhamma discourses reveals the true essence of Lord Buddha's doctrine, which was hidden under the dunes of time. And it guides us to the practical path to Nibbana, which is Vidarshana meditation. Did you ever wonder what is life? Why are we born? Why do we die? And why do we suffer? Sometimes you are happy, but sometimes you are sad. What is this oscillating life? This is a never-ending circle. We do everything to be happy, isn't it? But even when we are happy, we feel that there is something missing in life. Though we try to cover up suffering in various ways by offering pujas and doing various rituals, the death is inevitable, isn't it? So, is there a way out of this suffering? Yes. And Lord Buddha in Dhammacakkappavattana Sutra revealed to the world how to end this suffering. It was the never heard before Dhamma, the dependent origination Dhamma, or Paticca Samuppada Dharma. There we can see how the thoughts are created and how we suffer because of a thought and how to get rid of suffering. The clear path to Nibbana through Satya, Krutya, Krutajnana. This is the ultimate truth. This is the true Dhamma which Lord Buddha has revealed to the world. And this is what you can listen from Buddhotpado sermons too. But to understand this true Dhamma, we need the guidance of our Kalyana Mitra, Buddhotpado Aryan Mahansa. Buddhotpado sermons will help you to find the correct path to Nibbana. This is a gradual process. While on the path, you will definitely feel the difference within you because your defilements start to diminish. Lord Buddha said, those who worship me with flowers and lamps are not real worshippers, but those who follow and practice my teaching are the real worshippers. So today, we want to share Buddhotpada sermons to the world so every human being can find solace, peace, and tranquility and be free from all suffering. Path to freedom from thoughts, path to freedom from suffering, path to seeing the truth. This is the way to total freedom. Now, our Buddhotpada Dhamma friend will start the sessions. Teruvan Saranai.
Well, may the Noble Triple Gem bless you all. First of all, we humbly pay our homage to the Perfect One, the fully awakened One, the Supreme Buddha. And I hope everyone is well and happy today. As we are in an individual journey of understanding the world and the self, we also feel like that we have to share whatever we gain in this path to others as well, so that we share the knowledge and the actual individual experiences we gain in this path. So today we are actually starting for the first time a new series of Buddhotpada Dhamma discussions. It's not a discussion as such today. So I'm kind of going to give you an overview of everything as possible. So in that, I would say I take a humble effort to explain things, but if I do a mistake, I apologize. Because the angle we look into these things can be slightly different from the way someone else might not. It might. So it's actually that is actually why we are trying to do this, because the Dhamma, the Lord Buddha has taught us a lot of things, and the way we look at it, there can be so many different angles that we are looking at it, but we are just humbly explaining something that we learn. And in this path, we have been guided by Arana as well. So Arana has been teaching us for a long time, and I would say I'll start talking about, so the dependent origination is the topic we have chosen for the first time. And why we have chosen dependent origination is actually Lord Buddha has explained, if you know dependent origination, you know Dhamma, and if you know Dhamma, you know Buddha. So we are actually trying to look into that from another perspective. So when we talk about dependent origination, it's actually a set of words, I would say. I'm not going to actually go deep into these words. Okay, if you want to know the words, it would be like ignorance, mental formation, consciousness, name and form, six senses, contact, feeling, craving, clinging, becoming, birth, old age, and death. Did you understand anything? Okay, sometimes may, but it's kind of like series of words. But Lord Buddha's who explained how the mind works actually understood dependent origination the day that he attained the Lord Buddhaship. So we will try to understand it, what it really means. So as we are living in the sensual world, so we are in Kamaloka, what is in English sensual world. So in sensual world, we are actually experiencing every day. We are experiencing something every day. So when we experience something as a child or as a baby, we experience something. Do you know what it is? Sometimes as a baby, if you can really go back into that from our like imagination, we can only imagine that time, because we have come so far away from that. We can't actually go back to that immediately. We just have to imagine how we actually got these impurities into this small mind. So it's like a white sheet, or as Lord Buddha explained, it's like a clean sheet or cloth, clean cloth. So it's a clean cloth which is getting dirty. And he actually understood that how this clean cloth is getting dirty. And the clean cloth is an example to the small baby's mind, which is so clear. Have you seen a baby smiling? How beautiful that is? Do you think he has anger in that? Any ill hatred? Anything like a jealousy? There's nothing. If there's any bodily harm, the baby will cry, but that's it. So how did this clean cloth became very dirty? Slowly it get dirty. It's not like a sudden thing which happens. But is this happening according to a plan? Not really. It's really a process which happens automatically. It's not someone actually making it dirty. Is the baby making it dirty? Not really. That clear mind, the clean mind, is getting the clashes. So that's the dependent origination in a different nutshell. Like if you try to explain how this mind got into this problem of having all these defilements and impurities, and at the same time the Lord Buddha understood at the time of the attaining the nirvana, he understood okay, there is a process. What is the process? There is a process of birth here. So I'm not talking about the birth of the body. I'm actually talking about the birth of this self, the feeling of existence. Did the feeling of existence, it can actually be, I'm talking actually about the sensual world, so don't take me wrong. In a different words, the feeling of existence must be dealt differently. So I'm not talking about that at the moment. I'm talking about the sensual world where we are the humans. We have like a human, like a body where we have 5 senses, and with the 5 senses, we have another sense which is the mind, and it became 6 senses. So that is where we are describing this, is because we can't describe it apart from our senses. We have to describe it according to what we know. So the dependent origination, what is it all about? It's about how this mind got dirty slowly. So as I said, ignorance. Well, we have the ignorance, so we'll keep it aside because we are having the ignorance at the moment. And then how do we talk about this forming of mind, or forming of feeling of existence, or forming of this one thought? So when one thought is arising, the first thought in the mind, the impurity is already begun. It's already begun, because imagine the baby starts to hear the world. He doesn't know what he's hearing. He sees the world. He doesn't know what he's seeing. But slowly in this process, this is not happening. The baby is not doing anything. It's just a process. From the eye, we see something, and automatically, if we keep naming it, the system make it together, because that's what it is doing. So if you call Amma or Ma, mother, always you see a shape and a form, and then if you're given the sound, it will be like the system itself picks it up as a like one thing. Then the eye is born. We call it eye is born. Lord Buddha explained it as that's the beginning of the birth. Why? Because two senses are now forming a one another mind, a one thought. It is actually not there. Do you get it? Do you think there's another sense other than this five senses? No, but this ability of humans, it's not only humans, it's all animals. So the humans, I'm only talking about humans because it's easy to talk about humans because that's what we know. So the five senses, they are giving various inputs, and then this system itself has the ability to correlate them or making them together and that is the actual birth where the mind is originated. So the feeling of existence, the Lord Buddha understood, okay, so there is the child or the baby with time understood, okay, the picture which is there, or the shape or the form is actually is related to this sound, Amma. And it becomes together. Is it somewhere? Is it actually available? No, it's actually in the mind that it's forming this new form. It is actually a sankata, or it is a new creation. Do you really feel it, what I'm trying to say? Did you see that how the Amma or the mother is formed in the mind? It's a mind creation. It's a beautiful creation, actually. It's the wonderful creation of the beings that they are able to do this. But what is ignorance here? Ignorance is not knowing that it is happening, or not knowing that it's actually a creation. So mental formations. Okay, and there's another part to this. That this is the best part of it. When you come to mental formations, if you actually go into this formation of this illusory world, you will never be able to actually get this shape and form to the sound and make a new illusory Amma or mother in the mind, because at the same time, this happens so fast. It's actually very scientific at the moment. Scientists are trying very hard to prove these things. What is the actually they think they think a lot of things, but this mind, they haven't developed a computer or a software which is fast like our mind. There can be other beings which have minds better than this one, but I'm talking about the humans. So the humans are trying to make another software which is faster than our mind, which has never happened, because they're always slower than the mind, because the mind is trying to develop something which is faster than the own mind. So this fast happening of these mental formations is the real reason why we feel that there is something. Okay, this goes very deep. If I keep talking, I don't know. So if you think that you saw a form and a shape, even that shape and the form is actually created because of that fast formation. It's so fast that you feel that it's static. There are beautiful examples, like imagine there is okay, I can give you an example like this. There is firework above the Sydney Bridge, 31st of December. If you have seen it in the TV, or in Sri Lanka, there is so many fireworks, or even Toran. So you know that it's a firework, don't you? We know that. So are we do we have ignorance there? No, we know that it's a firework. But aren't they beautiful? Then when they are beautifully making the fully like imagine a word. Don't you see that there's a word? But we know that it is illusion, don't we? We know that it's there only is some lights which are happening very fast, which appear as one thing. Do you get the point? It appears as one thing. It's the same thing which happens in the eye, that this creation is so beautiful. I mean, I'm calling it beautiful because this is really interesting. Not that actually the creation is beautiful, but actually the way of creating this illusion is so fantastic that we forget that it's the illusion. So the eye, even the shape and form that we see is in itself is for the creation. So if someone asks, so have we seen actual shape and form? We don't know, because it's only, we can appreciate only what we can appreciate. We have to come to that's a full understanding. Humans can appreciate only what human senses are able to appreciate. But in future, if someone developed another new sense and attach it to the humans, they may be able to appreciate another level of creation. But at the moment, it's only 5 senses, and the mother or the amma, even the shape and the form, it's created in the eye. It's created in this system. So Lord Buddha says, the feeling of, actually Lord Buddha was trying to understand from very beginning, how am I feeling I'm existing? What is this? What is the meaning of this feeling of existence? And why we are afraid to die? Why we are feeling that we are actually going to old age? Why are we feeling that this feeling? And that's what he was experimenting on. He's the most the highest person with wisdom. So he was his The whole idea was trying to find out how on earth this happened. So ignorance and mental formation, which happens with this fast formation of mind, bring about the consciousness. That's just this process, because this is happening so fast. You feel something is there static, you feel the difference. As I told, we can appreciate only what we have in these our senses. So because it's happening so fast, we feel something. We can't really avoid this. That is how it is. So we feel the consciousness. Well, for instance, just imagine the world is slowing down. Our chitta, this formation of mind, slows down. We won't be able to actually do this mental formation like this. We will never know what we will be actually forming, because the slowing of this actually will hinder what we form, because it's just a formation. And do you understand even the word? It's a mental formation. It's beautifully worded here, mental formation. It's not out there, but because of our senses, the eye, the ear, and our bodily, the feelings, the touch, the taste, the smell, they all come together, and a mental formation occurs. And that mental formation, is it there actually? Well, we never know, because that's a mental formation. We are actually forming it according to our senses, and that's where the consciousness occurs. This is a natural phenomena, and this is a natural process. No one is doing it, and it's a beautifully led by Lord Buddha. It's so beautifully led by Lord Buddha. And in this process, the problem is, when these forms and the sound and everything, the feeling and the actual, the form and the shape we saw, everything get together, name and form, we already have formed the 6 senses. It's not only 5 senses now. Why? Because there's another sense. Is it somewhere actually located in the brain? No, it's a sense which is originated in this combination of 5 senses. It's a natural phenomenon that this combination happens, and that's where the contact happens. When this new sense is originated, when the 6 senses are formed, the contact happens. You can't avoid it, because it's happening, because you take that new sense or the mind formation so seriously, and the contact is unavoidable. And the feeling is unavoidable. If the contact happens, you have to have a feeling, because there is a feel that there is something. In sensual world, this would be actually a mother. So you feel it. Have you ever felt it? Have you ever thought about it? So it's actually not the actual form, shape and the form I'm talking about. I'm talking about the new feeling you got because of this mental formation. Did you feel it? And if you feel it, Can you avoid craving? No, you can't. It's not someone craving about it. It's actually this process makes it like an attachment because there's a new feeling here. So the craving occurs. Is someone craving? No, this is just a bond or an attachment or like a magnetic force. It is there, and you just get clingy. So it comes to the becoming. What is the becoming? There, the mother is actually there. You become. The mother is another becoming. So they actually exist. There's another thing happening behind that, because when the mother, you feel the mother is existing, this feeling of existence also is originated. My friends, it's very difficult to explain, but this feeling of existence is then and there originated with this becoming. That's called jati, or the birth. So, in a nutshell, I would like to say this, I'm actually talking about one thought that child was able to form. So someone might say, no, dependent origination is about the bigger picture, the human from birth to death. No, I'm talking about birth of one thought, one, how this mind actually originated. So slowly, this baby is learning. What do you mean by learning? Actually, learning means you are forming mental formations and making them together to form several entities. So what are they? Mother, father, brother, sister, grandfather, grandmother, what else? My house. So the baby is learning. What is it? What does it do to that system? Is there a baby learning it? No, the system is actually getting updated all the time from this each and every thought. And what is the underlying process ongoing is this Pono Bhavikas thing, this each and every bhava, or the becoming or birth back in the background, because you feel that there's existence of something, at the same time, this feeling of existence gives you the feeling of existence in yourself. Because apart from the shape and form, origination in that sense, there's a different like an energy forming because of this new mental formation. It feels like static, so it's a different energy now, so that human being, this little baby, this process ongoing in that body actually feels this existence, because there's a different energy now. What is the different energy? Okay, there's existence, a life feeling. It's different to the initial one. It's different to the clean cloth that you had. This is actually happening slowly with the mind developing into. So you might tell the baby is learning, the child is learning. Now the child has become a young adult. The young adult is still learning. So, what's happening? The there's so much mind originating, the feeling of existence getting stronger and stronger. So the 5-year-old feeling of existence is not that bad because there's no much data there, no much becoming has happened. But when you are like 35, you have so much feeling that you have gained, that you are existing. That feeling of existence is very strong. So the dependent origination actually is how Lord Buddha tried to explain to us how this mind is getting polluted, or the impurities continue to happen. It continue to happen until this body and this system stops. Actually, does that mean that the system will stop? Not really. But anyway, the dependent origination, if you really understand the dependent origination, Lord Buddha says you understand Dhamma. What do you mean by that? So if you understand that feeling of existence is actually a process, like it's a fundamental process, it's nothing to do with actually this person. Or from that example, it's not the baby doing that, it's not the young adult doing it, it's not the adult doing it, it's not the elderly person doing it. It's actually happening. No one can actually stop it. Even if it's a baby in the jungle, no human being to tell that this is the mother. You don't need someone to tell that it's the mother. You will interpret in some way that the name part of it will happen in some way. That's how the animals get it. Do animals call by Amma, Tata, Malli, Ayya, and nothing like that? But don't they have a own way of communication? So they are naming in their own way. Do we know that? No, we don't, unless we go into that mindset. But from the human perspective, we are actually getting this creation. It's I think the basic creation, but it's the most complicated creation in the world. That's why no one has even been able to beat that creation yet. I don't know whether it will happen in the future, but no one has been able to beat that creation yet. It's such a natural phenomena happening. These mental formations, which is happening due to the fast formation of mind, or its thought, or chitta in that words, this fast pace of things, we can't stop it. It will keep happening. Even for Lord Buddha, it will keep happening. But what did he get rid of? He got rid of the ignorance. He knows. Okay, mental formations do happen. Consciousness do arise. Is there a problem? No. Name and forms, they arise. Is that a problem? No. But what is the problem? Problem is the feeling, we take it as real. We take it as we feel it. And that's where the problem is, because the feeling of existence is a formation, another formation. It's another thing that is sankata. The feeling of existence is sankata. It's formed. It's a creation. If we don't know that, we feel that we are feeling. That's the most problematic thing in here. This the creation of mind. That's what it did. It's a natural thing, but that's what it did. So this cycle of samsara keep happening because there's no end. This feeling of existence is given a value. So there's someone to die. Actually, it's so so good that Lord Buddha understood this and explained to other humans, come and understand how this existence or the birth happens. Birth happens in the eye. How? Because if it's in the sensual world, birth happens when the mother or the chair or the apple arises, because it's a formation of 6 senses together, and you feel that it's real. At that, when you feel that it's real, that's where the becoming happens. That's where, friends, that I want to emphasize, that becoming happens when you feel that this formation is real. If you know that it's a illusion, no one actually gets into this trouble. But if you don't know that that's this Dhamma, you actually feel that the whatever that is formed, Amma, Tata, or mother, father, apple, chair, school, house, world, sun, whatever, named, having a form, when they come together and we feel it's real. And when we feel it real, the feeling of existence originates. That's where the birth happens. That's in sensual world. But even in the other worlds, even when there is a feeling, even by the light, still that happens, because the light is also originated in the organ, in the senses. So finally, nothing is actually there. It's originated. That's the cause and effect, the origination. So this, what is it? Dependent origination. It depends on all these mental formations. If this happens, this happens. You can't really avoid anything. You can't really stop it. If this happens, this happens. You can't really do anything about it, but you have to just know it. The ignorance is the basic part that we have to fight. And so the dependent origination is like a set of words that Lord Buddha told us, so that we could understand as actually a process. Because in human mindset, we like to actually word it down, because we are full of words, full of protocols, full of maybe equations. We like things in order. So the perfect one, the Lord Buddha actually explained it in such a way that the humans can get it, because otherwise no one will understand that. So they are being organized into a pattern: ignorance, mental formation, consciousness, name and form. But friends, this, because of the fast formation of chitta, if someone is going to take, I'm going to get the craving out from here, I'm going to take the contact out of here, it's not going to happen. Why? It's so fast. You can ask this from a neuroscientist. If this is such a fast formation, no one can actually take it away from that. That's not what we are going to try and do. We are going to actually, because the humans are having another way of understanding these things, because they have like a different level of understanding. They can actually understand that there is a process. even though it's such a fast process, still we can understand that it's a process, so that we actually the craving, the clinging, the becoming, the birth slowly reduce, because we keep understanding that it's a formation, it's a creation. If you have a sensory organ, there is always going to be a creation. You can't avoid that. Even if it's an animal with 2 sensory organs, that even that animal, even with one, they are going to create this own world. That's what Lord Buddha called the Salayatan Loko. The organs are going to create that world for that being, for that animal or the human or whatever the being. The world is originated. You can't really avoid it, because it's a creation of the nature. As I told you before, it's a beautiful creation, but the problem is we haven't understood this before, and we actually start living in that. Imagine I'm going to a simulation. Simulation is where the people act in a like a thing. As example, I can simulate a patient having a heart attack and having a cardiac arrest, and we simulate how we are going to do the CPR, how one is going to do help with the like everything else, like in a atmosphere where this is happening. That's a simulation. But friends, the problem with this Salat and Loco is this simulation is so nicely done, we can't even understand that it's a simulation. That's such a good mind that if you really understanding that it's a simulation, it's really difficult because it's such nicely done. That's why Lord Buddha told this Vijnani can play like a magician who is in doing the beautiful magic in a junction where there's a lot of roads. Still, that magician is doing that beautifully, so that the who are actually seeing it will not understand that it's a magic. It's unless we really understand that it's a magic, we will never be able to wake from that. If we are to wake from this simulation, we just have to understand that it's a simulation, it's a process, it's nothing to do with us. It's just that feeling of existence is actually a creation as well. The most problematic part of it is this fast formation of mind. Is such a fast thing, not even fraction of seconds, it's even smaller than that. Such a software where it functions so good that all seems static and existing. So I think I'm actually trying to give you like a overall view of this dependent origination. I'm not sure how successful I am, because it's kind of difficult, but I think I may have given some idea, because the feeling of existence is not actually real. But are we not feeling it? We are. That's not a problem, but we need to understand that Lord Buddha, after attaining this understanding this Dhamma, actually even succeeded in not feeling that. If you're not feeling that, there's no one to die. Does that mean the function is gone? No, because this is actually the new part which is originated because that there's a ignorance of not knowing that it's a formation, not knowing that it's a mental formation, not knowing that it's a formation of or creation of your senses, not knowing that the feeling is a creation, not knowing that actually craving is also a creation of feeling. So if one is happening, the other one is already happening. It's always dependent on the previous one. So if the ignorance is there, you can't really avoid being born each time with a thought. And each time you are trying to maintain the feeling of existence because this phono is like you actually get a liking for this feeling as well. That's the bhavatanha. Like you feel that the feeling of existence is real, and you actually even like starting liking that. How come is that? How bad is that? Something is a creation and you start liking that. Where are we going to end? Nowhere. It will be a cycle of liking, cycle of never-ending cycle of liking, because it's something that the thing we like is actually a creation of the mind. Does that mean that outside is empty? No, not really, because how do I know what is there outside? Because these senses are not able to go beyond the senses. Even if we put a new sense, like imagine the science get into that level that they attach a new sense, still it is limited to that sense, new sense as well. So it will be 7 senses, but what's the use? We are again getting bounded by this number of senses we have, and the world it is originating, creating. So the creation is we need to understand that it's the creation. This is difficult. Sometimes for some, this will be like too much. Yes, don't listen to that if you feel that is too much. But there may be someone who actually would like to try and understand, what is this? Who I am? This is a question that is being asked multiple times again and again in the world. Who am I? But then answers are so widely different, people get really confused. Until you gain the nirvana, I think the confusion is there, because until you become the arahant, the ignorance is there. In some form, the ignorance is always there. And there's 3 worlds that we go through, sensual world, the rupa and the arupa. So ignorance is there in whatever the level. So in this talk, I have been talking about the sensual world mainly, because we are trying to understand, why did this clean cloth become so dirty? How did it become dirty? How did this beautiful small baby, without any defilements, without any impurities, became a young adult or a child full of hatred, full of jealousy. How did that happen? If a human being in somewhere in this world is wondering about what is happening, then it's time for you to do a little bit of research about it. Why don't you? Lord Buddha has explained such beautifully how these mental formations are occurring. And what's the importance of knowing that? Well, if you want to beat death, well, you have to stop this feeling of existence happening, the birth. How do you stop the birth? You have to stop the becoming. How do you stop the becoming? You have to stop being clingy. How do you stop the being clingy? How you have to stop craving. So how do you stop craving if the feeling happens? So the every time you feel that something is happening to you, you can't really get rid of that because you feel that it's happening to you. It's happening to me. You are feeling it. So if you feel you are feeling it, no way you can get rid of that problem because you're going to become of that. If you feel that there is something out there, you feel you are existent too. You can't get rid of that feeling unless we go through this truth again and again and again, understand that's actually a mental creation. So I think I have tried enough today to try and explain this dependent origination. I know it's a bit too much sometimes and too much words, but I tried hard to explain it in simple terms. This fast formation of mental creations is the main factor that avoids us to understand this happening, and it will continue to happen even though we understand that if the ignorance is gone, the mental formations will keep happening. It's not going to stop. But the problem that we are stopping here is the craving and the becoming. We stop that because then the jati stops and the feeling of existence is gone. The human beings is not going to be a slave of your six senses. It's then becomes beyond six senses. So friends, it's all about the talk today. May Nobel Triple Gem bless you all. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Teran Saranai, everybody. That's explaining. Yeah, Teran Saranai. Thanks for that explaining. Not easy. Yeah. This real dependent origination today, the whole world have question. What is the real dependent origination? What's the practical is happening? Everybody know how every Buddhas understood this. This one is the understand. Dependent origination. Someone understood this real dependent origination. So first time in this world, someone understood, that's the Samma Sambuddha. So someone understood this Dhamma, he became a Buddha Shravaka. That's a Buddha's son, like that. Sutra is there. Someone understood this real dependent origination, Dhamma. So inside is happening the chain automatically. It's want to be real as a truth. Otherwise, it won't be the someone understood, won't be the experience. It's a practical experience, not a believing, not a thinking. It's want to be happening. It's the special. So, what is this Buddhopado Dhamma discourses? Today, what happening? 2,500 years ago, the Buddha's time, the Tathagata Thero, so Buddha, Tathagata Samma Sambuddha, we are talking. So, what happened after becoming today? You can realize whole world, Buddhist people doing the concentration meditation. But it's not Buddha's, never heard before them. What is Buddha explain the 5 teachers after became a Buddha? It's not a concentration meditation. There's a before came a Buddha. There's a Siddhartha Tapasa time. It's doing that. Buddha did that. But not became a Buddha. That the Siddhartha Tapasa and 5 teachers together, they are finding the truth. They are doing that concentration meditation, but not became a Buddha. That is why Siddhartha Tapasa left that teachers, 5 teachers, and going alone. This concentration meditation is not a Buddha's path. Why Buddha left that 5 teachers, and why finding the truth left the concentration meditation? That one is not the Buddha's explanation. After became a Buddha, what is Buddha's word? Buddha telling the 5 teachers is the first time after became a Buddha. I'm telling you, never heard before. This Dhamma is the rare. That's the never heard before Dhamma we are talking. That one is the dependent origination. That one is understanding one. What is the understanding? Is the human mind. Human mind is a miracle. It's a simulation. It's not a real. It is true. No being, no living being, nothing existent. That is the Buddha's teaching. Humans are in illusion. Every living being is in illusion. So, this difficult one is this. real Buddha's explanation, understand. It's very difficult, we know. This Buddhotpada Dhamma discourses, we are doing Sinhala language because we are Sri Lankans. Our mother language is Sinhala. We can speak Sinhala very well. But we won't given you to this real message. This whole world using other languages, English. International language is English one. So we are discuss after everybody. Our here in Dhamma discourses like this, doctor. Many guys now today understand what is the real dependent origination. And they have experience, otherwise they know this one is the real. That is why we are unity. We are together doing this. This Dhamma is not. Dhamma is a nature. Dhamma is happening automatically. System is our mind creation. This one, someone understood what is the real. No one is here. No soul, non-soul. No living being. Otherwise, our mind is automatically creating this sensuality. This mind is creating these six senses. This world is creating like a miracle. It's not real. It's illusion. We are in simulation type of world. We have death. We are thinking we have death. We are thinking we are born. But these are thoughts. Every time these six senses creating that, thoughts are coming, thoughts are creating. Every time is happening this. These senses are creating, is automatically is happening. No one is doing. Nobody is doing. You are also not doing. You are also the thoughts only. So you can realize. Future is, you are remembering something fast. This present moment is only the thought. You are think something future. This present moment only the thoughts. Only the thought. This present moment thought is otherwise not real. That is the nothingness. This one not easy to understand. How is coming today? Your thoughts, chair, table, mother, father, sun, moon. How is coming this? You are in childhood. That's a baby. Before kindergarten, baby. Don't know anything. That's the radiant mind. How is this craving? Defilements are coming. These are only the mind creation, not anywhere. This is the case of human mind, every living mind. Otherwise, So we are trying to explain this whole world, what is the truth is here. It's okay today explaining this very well, I think. Thanks for our doctor. It's okay. That's today, tomorrow we can join another discussion. This real dependent origination Dhamma, we won't find it. You can realize, you can find that what is the real one, what is the you can experience. It's okay. Practically you have experience. It's okay. That's the dependent origination real. It's okay not to believe in, not to trust. Okay, everybody. Teruvan Saranai. Teruvan Saranai, everybody. Teruvan Saranai. Zoom discussions as who's that? Madam is okay. Teruvan Saranai.
Tiruvan Saranai.
Therwan Saranai.
Therwan Saranai ආරයන් වහන්සේ.
Bhagidami Anuvani.
හරි හරි.